all kind of players. Back to you.
A great fit in their defensive system. Heinrich accepts the challenge every single night, Doris. Thank you. Looking at who's out there now for the Wizards. Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Gortat. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Pierce. Beals checked in for Sessions. And John Wall subbed in for Will Bynum. And to add on with Chicago. Last year they won 35 games against the East, which was bested only by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's more than Miami and other teams that finished above them in the standings. The Bulls are always a factor in the East, it seems.
Here's Rose following the bucket by the Wizards. Butler attacking. Back to Gibson. Butler kicks to Rose. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Noah dishes to Dunleavy. Shoots from the corner. And it's Chicago scoring again. Wizards leading by 4. And Wall kicks to Porter. No good on the triple. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Outside Rose. Noah up on top. Outside Butler. A 15-footer. Rebound Washington.
Well, the shot was there for him, and he had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert it. He's got to take that every time.
To the right side. Gibson with the steal. Now here's Rose. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Dunleavy. Gibson with the screen on Porter. Shot clock at 6. Butler from outside. And the rebound goes to Nene.
Taj Gibson, in his 6th season now in the NBA. He's in the prime of his career at 29 years old. Last season, he upped his scoring rate and averaged double digits for the first time in his career.
Bulls trail by 6. Butler goes in. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And for Gibson, becoming more efficient, more free throw attempts, and a big leap, guys, in his free throw percentage. Steve cracking 70% from the line for the first time.
It was by far his best performance offensively, Kevin. He came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player, and that's the case, no question. Well, a tough shooting slump for Jimmy Butler last season. Some injuries took him out of rhythm. He was asked to play a bigger role offensively after Luol Deng was traded. Still, he's become one of the premier defensive players in the league.
Chicago calls timeout. And as with any timeout at this point of the game, important to go over the strategies that are working and those that are needed in terms of adjustments. And, of course, the opportunity, guys, to get hydrated with Gatorade before coming back out of the floor. We've seen some good action so far, and there's more of it to come.
Yeah, this game has been physical, it's been fast, it's been high-paced. So anytime you're in a situation like this where it's really a hard-fought game, critical to keep yourself hydrated throughout.
And Jimmy Butler, a fan favorite in Chicago, taken with the 30th pick, Clark, back in 2011. And he really is a tenacious defender.
Yeah, he's a tough-minded, scrappy player. I mean, you hear about his tough upbringing. It's easy to see why he approaches the game with that fearlessness and determination that he plays with.
Now here's Butler. Takes it off the glass. Butler's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Here's Sessions. Launches it. It's Butler that time on the assist by Sessions.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Bulls trail by 6. And here's Rose. 1:46 left here in the second. Dunleavy for 3, and it's Humphries with the rebound. Humphries has got his 4th rebound in this one.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound category. They've got to continue their work on the glass.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they're on the right side of the ledger, and that is all that matters to them right now with the lead they have.
Chicago's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Gibson with the screen on Sessions. Noah with a screen for Rose. From 15 feet away, that's good on the jump shot. 1:10 left to play here in the half. And Sessions kicks to Butler. Covered by Noah. Another shot, and it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
So both teams changing it up here. The Wizards shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
One shot.
Boy, Chris Humphries is clearly not flashy, but he is a worker on and off the court. Has always been a strong rebounder, especially on the offensive glass. And never afraid to get in there and battle. He never shies away from contact. If you want to get physical, get it! Watch out now. Agility leads to thievery there as he's got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Plays like that are telling the story of this game for me so far, Clark. They cannot afford to hand over any more easy points like that.
And Brooks, here we go. Oh, went in there and tried to power it down, but drew contact. He'll head to the line.
Well, that's the best possible play there. I mean, that was an easy 2, so instead foul him, make him shoot free throws.
That's right, a smart, strong foul there. No and ones and no dunks.
The Bulls have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
And not a very strong free throw shooting team in general. Guys, they shot 73% as a team a year ago.
And, you know, whenever they get into a stretch where it looked like maybe they would turn it around at the line, they would immediately take a step back.
And so Mirotic nails both of them.
Yeah, they're getting to the line an awful lot in this quarter, and it's not an accident. They've been very aggressive.
Yeah, it's been very intentional. I mean, they've picked up the aggression, and it could get them out of this hole.
The kick out to Pierce. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Now here's Brooks. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He dishes it to Heinrich. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Here's Bynum. The shot, no good. And so that's the end of the first half. Wizards out front. They lead by 6. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, with Derrick Rose. Derrick, how does it feel to get back out there on the basketball floor here for the new season ahead?
It feels good, man, especially playing with my teammates. We have new teammates. We're just trying to come out here and just play hard and compete.
Great to have you back, Derrick. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of the second half in the third quarter. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game. Bulls trail by 6. Not a lot of people thought, Steve, that Chicago had a chance last year to do much when Derrick Rose went down, but they stuck with it and ended up in the playoffs nonetheless.
And they didn't just make the playoffs. They had home court advantage in the first round as well.
Here's who Tom Thibodeau is starting the second half with. D. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the back. Inside at the 4 and 5 are Gasol and Noah. And it's Dunleavy in at the 3.
A nice piece of work there. Find a little space and pull the trigger.
Unfortunately for the Bulls, home court advantage really didn't do much for them as they dropped their first 2 games at home and were bounced in the first round. Another example of why home court advantage is desired, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee anything in the playoffs. Matchups drive results.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Butler passes to Rose. Now Dunleavy, pass to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. The shot misses. And the Wizards now going the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
Well, the Bulls ran into a solid Wizards team and lost in the first round of the playoffs. It looked to me like they might have been worn down. And I think a healthy Bulls team with a little more depth is definitely a threat to go deeper this season.
Gasol setting the pick for Rose. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Rose dishes to Noah. Shoots a fader. Beal pulls it in.
Another strong rebound, just like we've gotten used to seeing from them today.
Yeah, 1 or 2 more of those and this lead will be double digits.
Bulls trail by 8. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Gasol attacking. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
You know, he's got a quick trigger from that range when he senses that the defense has backed off.
Washington calls timeout.
It was predicted by many, and I count myself amongst those who felt the Wizards would take a nice step forward and be one of the surprise teams in the East. And they certainly didn't disappoint.
And the Wizards are going with a whole new group out there now. Wizards leading by 6. Sessions with it. The pass to Porter. Puts up a 3. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got 3 assists tonight. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Chicago calls timeout.
You know, all coaches hate defensively when you give up easy points in the paint. That's inexcusable. So that's the reason for this timeout here.
I think it came down to the fact they were getting beat inside, and that's why the coach called timeout. They were not winning the battle inside.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Thanks, Kevin. Tom Thibodeau had some words for his team in that last huddle. He wants to see renewed effort from them on the offensive glass. He talked about the second chance points that are out there if they work for them. His other point of emphasis was that they need to be making sharp entry passes into the paint and operating their offense out of the low post. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
And thank you for that, Doris. They grabbed their own miss. Here's Gasol, and finally they hit one. Gasol's got his second basket of the game.
Strong rebounding, and he's rewarded with the easy putback.
Sessions up top. He's covered by Rose. Butler kicks to Humphries. Pass to Porter. Fades back. Cannot hit. And it's Chicago the other way.
Otto Porter, the 3rd overall pick in last year's draft out of Georgetown, touted as one of the most NBA-ready players in the draft, but a hip injury cost him the first month of the season, and he never really could get into the rotation.
That's good. And now just a 5-point Wizards lead.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Noah with the block. 3-on-3. Here's Rose. Feeds to Noah. Here's Butler. And blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Will Bynum is checked in for Butler. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Kirk Heinrich, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler.